So, lesson one is a short one and really, really simple, but incredibly important. Now, it's something that I've only discovered really this year through like teaching people live in my studio and like teaching people on a one-to-one basis in different parts of the world in this last year. So I can try and work out like a system. So as you know, and I'm sure you're probably aware, art's it's a broad subject, and everybody's individual. They've got their own way of working. So, and I'm definitely not into formality. So, like teaching inverted commas isn't really the right word. Guiding, perhaps, and it's about perception and finding some aspects of the perception that we share. So this is just a handy tip, okay? So like you don't have to like do this forever. It's not written in stone, and I haven't learned it. I've learned it by doing the pictures I've done already. So the idea is we get a little bit of paint on a brush, like an earthy colour, like I go for some burnt umber. And what we're going to do is find the middle of the canvas. Now, I find the easiest way of doing that is to get a straight edge on whatever you're painting on, and then have a kind of guess at where the middle might be. Draw a line that way and get your straight edge. I mean, I've got a, and then draw a line there. You see already I was miles off. I'd obviously be a lot more accurate normally, and I'm at a straight angle, blah, 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 blah. But it is really interesting. It's really interesting to make a mark where you think the middle might be. I mean, you'll know, looking at me, that it was completely wrong, and I just wanted to show it as an example, of course. But no, it's very, very interesting. So we start from the middle of the canvas for a number of reasons. Like you may have seen other people, like they use grids. And then you have like a photograph or whatever it is of what you're painting, and they use the grid. Now, I tried that, and actually I find it really, really misleading. So like I've been discovering that this center, using the center of the canvas is really, really useful, because as you start to make a relationship with the objects that you're painting, you'll start to view it like without using it, without painting them, but it's a bit like a spiral going out, out, out. So there's one. So it's like you start to like look at the things that you're looking at in relationship to the things near them, if that makes any sense. But I don't want to draw circles on my canvas, because again, it's misleading. Like a grid, it's misleading. So you may end up with a reasonable representation of what you're doing, but actually, as we get more and more into painting, it's all about the relationship between colors and dark and light. So it's the darker and the lighter of the colors makes a difference to the shape and the feeling and the atmosphere and the overall harmony of the image. So center of canvas, yes, I could just say find the center of the canvas and we'll start. But actually I want you to find the center of the canvas and leave it for a day. Just leave it for a day, come back, and by now you've got your object that you're going to paint, the picture, somewhere that you love, somewhere that means something to you, something that could be something that makes you angry, whatever it is, this object that you're going to paint, this place, this building, this whatever it is, this particular tree, doesn't matter what it is, start to think how it's going to be on that canvas, where it's going to be. Start trying to imagine what it's going to be like. So that's like your homework, really, is leave it. So like all of these processes, I don't want you just steaming through all the videos and just doing it really quickly, because it's the gaps that you have between it within the process that helps it evolve into a meaningful piece of work. And you'll learn from it. Like when you break away from it, you look at things with fresh eyes. So there you go. It's no longer a blank canvas. You've made your first mark. See you on the next video. We're going to start doing some painting. He keeps saying, but we are. Okay.